Twinkle and Tick-Tock, Chapter 1, The Greatest Fireworks Show Ever. This story is inspired by the book, A Brief History of Time, by Stephen Hawking.
Hi there, friends, I'm Twinkle the Star. Do you know how all of this amazing stuff in space started? Let me tell you about the greatest fireworks show ever, the Big Bang.
Hello, Twinkle, and hello, kids. I'm TickTock, the time traveler clock, and I'm here to help tell the story. So, what was the Big Bang, Twinkle?
Well, TickTock, a long time ago, about 13.8 billion years ago. To be exact, the universe was really, really tiny. Imagine a balloon before you blow it up. But then boom, the balloon started to grow super fast. That's what happened with the universe. It exploded with a big bang and started to expand.
Wow, 13.8 billion years ago. That's a long time. Let's put that into perspective. Twinkle, did you know that the oldest known shark, the Greenland shark, can live for up to 400 years? That's a long time for a fish. But compared to the age of the universe, it's like a tiny blink of an eye.
Exactly. And let's think about our Earth. Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. That's a lot of birthdays. But even Earth is still pretty young when you compare it to the entire universe. Imagine a giant book with 13.8 billion pages, each page representing 1 year. Earth would only show up around page 9 billion.
That's incredible. So, after the Big Bang, what happened next?
After the Big Bang, the universe began to cool down, and tiny particles started to come together to form the first atoms. This took about 380,000 years. That's like waiting for 380,000 birthdays, one after another. As the universe continued to expand, these atoms came together to form stars and galaxies. Stars like me were born in huge clouds of space dust and gas. We twinkled and shined, lighting up the universe.
Let's talk numbers. How many stars are there in our galaxy, the Milky Way?
There are about 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. To give you an idea of how big that number is, if you tried to count to 100 billion one number per second, it would take you over 3,170 years without stopping.
And the Milky Way is just one galaxy. How many galaxies are there in the observable universe?
Scientists estimate that there are over 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. Each galaxy has billions of stars, so the total number of stars is truly mind-boggling. It's like trying to count every grain of sand on all the beaches on Earth.
That's amazing, Twinkle. So, if the universe started as a tiny point, how big is it now?
The universe has been expanding for billions of years. Today, the observable universe is about 93 billion light years in diameter. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year, which is nearly 6 trillion miles. So, 93 billion light years is a distance so huge that it's almost impossible to imagine.
To put that in perspective, light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth. But light from the farthest galaxies we can see has traveled for billions of years to reach us. It's like looking back in time.
Exactly, TickTock. The light we see from distant galaxies shows us what they looked like billions of years ago, long before the Earth was even formed. The universe is like a time machine, allowing us to see into the past.
That's incredible. And did you know, Twinkle, that the universe is still expanding? It's getting bigger and bigger every day, just like a balloon that keeps growing. Scientists believe that the expansion of the universe is actually speeding up.
That's right, TickTock. And this expansion is driven by something mysterious called dark energy. Dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe, and it acts like an invisible force pushing everything apart. It's one of the biggest mysteries in science today.
Wow, dark energy sounds fascinating. And what about dark matter? I've heard that it's also important in the universe.
Yes, dark matter is another mysterious substance. It makes up about 27% of the universe. Unlike dark energy, dark matter doesn't push things apart. Instead, it holds galaxies together with its gravity. Without dark matter, galaxies like the Milky Way would fly apart.
So, if we add up dark energy and dark matter, that means only about 5% of the universe is made of the stuff we can see, like stars and planets. It's amazing how much we still have to learn about the cosmos.
Absolutely! TickTock, the universe is full of wonders and mysteries, and there's always something new to discover. For example, did you know that some of the first stars formed about 100 million years after the Big Bang? These stars were much larger and hotter than our sun, and they helped light up the early universe.
That's amazing, Twinkle. And what about galaxies? How did they form?
Galaxies began to form when gravity pulled together clouds of gas and stars. Over time, these clouds grew larger and larger, forming the galaxies we see today. The Milky Way, our galaxy, is about 100,000 light years across. That's so huge that if you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to cross it.
That's a really long journey. And what about other types of galaxies? I've heard there are different shapes and sizes.
Yes, there are many types of galaxies. Some, like the Milky Way, are spiral galaxies with beautiful, swirling arms. Others are elliptical galaxies, which look like giant, smooth balls of stars. And there are irregular galaxies, which have no definite shape. Each type of galaxy is unique and fascinating in its own way.
That's wonderful, Twinkle. And kids, remember, the Big Bang was the start of everything we see in the sky today. It's the greatest fireworks show ever.
That's right, TickTock, and there's so much more to explore. Stay with us as we continue our journey through the amazing universe.
A truly great book should be read in youth, again in maturity, and once more in old age. By Robertson Davies. We recommend parents or children to have a read the book that inspires this story, A Brief History of Time, by Stephen Hawking.